Christmas Eve on Granada, Eddie Murphy is faced with the task of finding a holy child.
No idea who I am, have you?
Yes.
I could destroy you, just like that.
Bring me the boy, and I'll give you the name. Then no one will have to be destroyed, just like that. Run! The golden child will bring her back.
No more magic and no more riddles, all right?
She's dead!
You are the chosen one. You will find a child.
Eddie Murphy stars in The Golden Child, Christmas Eve at 10:10 on Granada. Now reporting from and to the northwest, this is Granada News. Good evening. Miners' leaders in Lancashire are tonight pressing for urgent talks with British Coal over the future of Parkside Colliery. They want to resume production at the pit after the High Court ruling that closures were unlawful. The minister responsible, Michael Heseltine, has been accused of coming close to contempt of court for opposing resumption. A meeting between unions and management at Parkside, due to take place today, was postponed. British Coal says it's considering its position after the ruling. Mark Owen reports.
Parkside is one of 10 pits which were closed by British Coal. A further 21 are earmarked for closure. Yesterday, 2 High Court judges ruled that the announcement to close the mines was unlawful because there had been insufficient consultation with unions and the workforce.
I'm very angry at the way the miners have been treated over the course of the past 2 months, and now I'm even more angry about the statement of Mr. Heseltine that the 10 threatened pits will not reopen.
Union leaders at Parkside are calling for immediate resumption of coal production at the pit.
We now should be producing coal off one of the faces this afternoon. The other face would take, same as I've said before, 3 to 4 weeks to get ready for full production.
Unions are pressing for urgent talks with British Coal management over the future of the northwest pits and for coal cutting to resume at Parkside straight after Christmas.
2 women have died after their car was struck by a lorry on the A55 road in Clwyd. The accident happened when the lorry jackknifed and careered into the car at Aston Hill near Harden this evening. The women were cut free from the wreckage but were dead on arrival at hospital. It's the 3rd fatal accident on the same stretch of the A55 in the last 3 days. 6 people have been treated in hospital after a multiple pile-up on the M6 motorway in Cheshire. It happened in thick fog near junction 19 south of Tabley this morning. Traffic was held up in a 15-mile tailback which took more than 2 hours to clear. 6 teams of paramedics and 2 major incident units were called to the scene. The Mersey Health Authority is under attack tonight for using money from grateful patients to buy a luxury flat for VIP visitors. The authorities paid £70,000 for the flat in the Albert Dock development in Liverpool, and thousands more has been spent on furnishings. The cash came from an endowment fund financed by donations from the patients. A local health council chairman, John Carson, said it was a totally inappropriate extravagance. An authority spokesman said it had been advised that it was a good time to buy property and the flat would reduce hotel costs. Police are hunting an armed robber who got away with £2,000 from a bank in Blackburn. The raid happened at the NatWest on Copy Nook in the Elam district of the town. The man passed a note to a counter clerk demanding money before threatening her with what appeared to be a sawn-off shotgun. He's thought to have got away in a car. Police say he's in his early 20s, clean-shaven with a pale complexion. He was wearing a dark bomber jacket, jeans and training shoes. A former deputy leader of Preston Council has appeared in court on deception charges involving more than £1.5 million. Frank McGrath from Fulwood is accused of deceiving the Midland Bank to obtain an overdraft and borrow above it. Mr McGrath and his former solicitor Colin Marland from Broughton face a further charge of conspiracy to defraud the Midland. The case has been adjourned until February and both men have been granted unconditional bail. A top footballer has been charged with a fray and wounding after a man allegedly received a serious eye injury in a barroom brawl. Manchester City fullback Terry Phelan is accused of striking the man during a Christmas party at the Copthorne Hotel in Salford last Sunday. He's been bailed to appear before magistrates in the new year. About 130 jobs will be created on Merseyside by a joint venture between Japanese and Northwest companies. Europtics Limited will design, manufacture and sell components for the telecommunication and computer industries at Wiston on Merseyside. The new company is owned by BICC of Helsby near Warrington and Furukawa and NTT of Japan. And there are hopes that the Lion's Made ice cream factory in Kirby on Merseyside may reopen. The factory closed when owners Clark's Food went into receivership. They were bought out by Nestle, who said they wouldn't reopen it. But now Nestle have said they'll leave equipment worth £500,000 to the plant's former staff. Union leaders hope a workers' cooperative can be formed to resume production of ice cream. The Prime Minister has announced the appointment of a new Bishop of Manchester. He's the Right Reverend Christopher Mayfield, who's currently Bishop of Wolverhampton. He succeeds the Right Reverend Stanley Booth Clibborn, who retired last month. Football has become another casualty of the weather. The FA Cup replay between Bury and Wigan was postponed tonight because the pitch at Gig Lane was frozen. The clubs will now meet on January the 2nd. And that's it from us tonight. Granada News is back at 5 to 10 tomorrow morning. From me, good night.
There's another cold and frosty night ahead. Temperatures will range from just below freezing to as low as -3 degrees centigrade by dawn. There will be some patchy freezing fog about too, this most likely in South Cheshire and parts of Staffordshire. Tomorrow we'll get off to a cold and frosty start with those fog patches taking quite some time to clear, but most places will end up fairly bright. Temperatures will struggle to get above 3 degrees centigrade, that's only 37 Fahrenheit, with frost and fog returning by early evening. Now the outlook for the Christmas holiday. The weather we have now is likely to stay with us for several days, so there's more frost and fog to come over the next few nights. There may be a few showers later on.